and rebuild lives.
Did you know one of the best investments you can make? It's in yourself. At My Computer Career, in just a few months, you could start your new career in the high-demand, recession-resistant field of information technology. Isn't it time you invest in you and start a career in networking, cybersecurity, AI, or upskill to boost your current IT career? So, get the ROI you deserve at My Computer Career. No experience necessary. Start now at mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guarantee quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
America in the Morning's back. It's now 5 till. The Curb Your Enthusiasm television show's finale saw the best ratings in the show's decades-long run. Correspondent Kevin Carr has that.
Larry David's comedy might come in with a whimper, but his hit HBO series, Curb Your Enthusiasm, has gone out with a bang.
Get out of here.
Get out!
Get out! I want you out!
Get in! Get out!
With pleasure. The final episode of season 12 aired on Sunday night, capping off the entire series that has been on television since 2000, and it delivered some of the best ratings the series has seen in years. The episode mimicked the polarizing finale of Seinfeld from 1998, in which the four friends were sent to prison for a year.
We'll be out in a year, and then we'll be back. Could be fun.
In the Curb finale, a judge sends Larry David to prison to make a point.
And I truly hope this time you finally learned your lesson. And to make sure of that, I'm going to sentence you to the maximum the law allows. 1 year in prison.
What? Come on! Seriously?
However, Jerry Seinfeld saves the day when the judge declares a mistrial and he springs Larry from the pokey.
You don't want to end up like this. Nobody wants to see it. Trust me.
1.1 million viewers watched the Curb Your Enthusiasm finale on HBO and Max Sunday night. This is the best single-day performance for the series since the season 10 finale 4 years ago. Season 12 has averaged 4.9 million viewers per episode, which ticks up from the 4.3 million of the previous season. However, it's still a far cry from the double-digit numbers enjoyed by other top HBO hits like True Detective Night Country and The White Lotus. I'm Kevin Carr.
Japan is gifting the United States 250 new cherry trees to help replace those that are being ripped out this summer as construction crews work to repair the crumbling seawall around the capital's tidal basin. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida made the announcement as President Joe Biden welcomed him to the White House for an official visit and state dinner. Biden said the gift will mark the 250th anniversary of the U.S. in 2026, adding,
They'll be planted at the tidal basin, not far from the Martin Luther King Memorial. And like our friendship, these trees are timeless, inspiring, and thriving.
Senior White House officials said that when the Japanese learned that some of the trees would be felled due to the construction work, they immediately offered to provide saplings when the time was right. Apparently, the time was right. Thanks for spending your time with us today. America in the Morning for Thursday, April 11th, 2024 is produced by Alexander Hinton. Our senior producer, Kevin Delaney. I'm John Trout. This is Westwood One.
Wait, I told you a leak filter had 3 inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee. Never have to argue about the clean the gutters again. But I visited leakfilter.com/triumph first.
No, I did. It doesn't matter when. Visit leakfilter.com/triumph to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today. See website for more details for
the Oxford Gold Group to buy gold and silver. Nobody can predict the future, but we can't put our head in the sand either. The Oxford Gold Group are the pros. They make owning gold and silver simple, easy to understand. Call Oxford Gold Group right now and you may qualify for up to $10,000 in free precious metals. Call 833-995-GOLD. That's 833-995.
Listen to News Radio 1440 at work. NewsRadio1440.com. At home through your Alexa or Google smart home device. Depend on it. News Radio 1440 is WLWI-AM and 95.1 HD3 FM of Montgomery, a Cumulus media station.
This is the CBS News World News Roundup, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Stacey Lynn in Gaza today. A prayer vigil was held for the 3 sons and 4 grandchildren of a Hamas leader who were killed in an Israeli airstrike. Meanwhile, the humanitarian crisis from the Israel-Hamas war is getting worse. U.S. Aid Administrator Samantha Power admitted during congressional testimony yesterday.
In northern Gaza, the rate of malnutrition prior to October 7th was almost 0, and it is now 1 in 3 kids.
The president's proposing a new rule to close the gun show loophole. CBS's Linda Kenyon is at the White House.
The gun show loophole allows those who buy guns online or at gun shows to skip background checks. Those who buy guns through licensed firearms dealers are required to undergo background checks. The new rules would expand the definition of licensed firearms dealers, with an estimated 23,000 unlicensed firearms dealers who would then be required to complete background checks before a sale.
Some dangerous and destructive weather in the South.
1 person died in Mississippi as severe storms, including confirmed tornadoes, moved from Texas to northern Florida. What looked like a tornado moved over Candace Bryan's home outside Pensacola, Florida.
Literally hit my knees and just started praying because I didn't know what else to do.
More severe weather is expected today across the Ohio Valley and northern Florida to the Carolinas. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
The 88th Masters is here, and they're going to tee off a little bit later than expected because of the weather. The start of round 1 has been delayed for at least another hour. As to who's going to win that coveted green jacket this year, here's CBS's Erica Herskowitz.
The man to beat at Augusta National this weekend, world number 1 Scotty Scheffler. He's the favorite to take home the green jacket. He's been on a tear of late. He already has 2 wins this season and 7 top 10 finishes. There's also some newbies to watch out for. 20 first-timers at the Masters this year, like Nick Dunlap, who became the first amateur to win a PGA Tour event back in January before he turned pro.
Doctors have identified a danger in your home that could be increasing your risk of lung cancer. While most cases are linked to smoking, about 15 to 20% of patients never smoked before. Researchers at Ohio State University say colorless, odorless radon gas could be the cause, and more Americans should be testing their homes for radon. A second key inflation report is due out before the opening bell this morning. That is the March Producer Price Index. The weekly jobless claims will also be released today. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Why do so many dogs suffer from weight issues, skin problems, messy poops, and low energy? It could be the popular dog food you put in their bowl each day.
Cody was sleeping a lot, wasn't playing.
She was very lethargic and not moving around.
Dry kibble just wasn't cutting it. That's why, after more than 45 years of experience of helping dogs make complete health turnarounds, veterinarian Dr. Marty created Nature's Blend. It's a freeze-dried raw dog food made with wholesome ingredients like premium meats, seeds, vegetables, and fruit. And once dog food
already there.
Nature's Blend, the results can be astounding.
She's got her energy back. She's running around like she did like 5 years ago.
Miraculously, she's just feeling all around better. She's like a new dog. Thank you, Dr. Marty.
Get your dog started today and save up to 54% off Nature's Blend. Plus, receive a free pack of our best-selling beef liver dog treats. Go to drmartypets.com/good or text GOOD to 511-511. Text GOOD to 511-511. All dogs are unique. Dogs' results can and will vary. Message and data rates may apply.
There's a new police chief in Uvalde, Texas.
Homer Delgado takes over for Chief Daniel Rodriguez, who resigned in March after the U.S. Department of Justice report cited the cascading failures of law enforcement's response to the shooting. U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland.
That failure meant that law enforcement officials prioritized the protracted evacuation of students and teachers instead of immediately rescuing the victims.
Delgado says he wants comprehensive changes aimed at improving service delivery and a new culture. Chris Fox for CBS News, Austin.
Well, you won't go broke eating at the Masters. The price of the signature pimento cheese or egg salad sandwich hasn't changed in a decade. They're only $1.50. Another staple is the peach ice cream sandwich, which did go up a little bit, but still a bargain at $3. Inflation did hit beer, though. You'll fork out $6 for the wheat ale brewed just for the Masters. That's $1 more than last year. Stacey Lynn, CBS News.
Paid for by Christian Care Ministry.
You know, you see a huge group of people and maybe they're in line to do something and they seem happy about it. You have to wonder, okay, what am I missing? What's going on here? What are these people excited about? Well, in this case, it's thousands of people and they're joining Medishare. Why? Well, Medishare is a much more affordable alternative to health insurance. It's reliable too. It's a well-run community of Christians. They've been sharing each other's medical expenses for more than 30 years with proven. And if you switch, you'll likely save hundreds of dollars a month. Most members wind up paying about half what they used to. And you know what? They find they like it better. Medishare's member satisfaction rate is 98%. That's way better than health insurance, as you might imagine. You don't have to pay for things you don't believe in. You get telehealth 24/7. Huge freedom in choosing your doctors. At least check into it. This may be one of those things where you're like, why didn't they do this a long time ago? Why not start saving now? Call 855-51-BIBLE. That's 855-51-BIBLE. 855-51-BIBLE.
If you're a homeowner, the last thing on your mind just may be your roof, until it's the first thing on your mind. Call Roofing World now and get 20% off all labor and materials. That's an average. Payment plans you can finance for as low as $99 a month. Another day. Lock in 20% off all labor and materials on metal or shingle roofs, and on average save $5,000 with payments as low as $99 a month. Call now for a free estimate and peace of mind. 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
The biggest selection, a lifetime warranty.
At the best prices guaranteed.
Roofing World, Roofing World.
Call now. 1-800-NEW-ROOF. That's 1-800-NEW-ROOF.
I'm John Williams with Mortgage Corporation of the South, also known as MCS. Nearly 30 years ago, I opened the company in a small one-room office in downtown Wetumpka, California.
In the beginning, I was wondering how
the security had let me in, Kevin.
needed our service. Well, I took a chance on radio advertising.
At 7 o'clock.
Yeah, 7 o'clock.
The doors are open till 7.
Oh, yeah.
I meant to call you.
Oh, you did? I asked you that. No, I said, do you want me to? And you said, no, you can come on yourself. I can start at 8 next time.
NewsRadio1440.com.
Or did it? Was it 8?
That's NewsRadio1440.com and click on Grow Your Business. Take it from me. Radio works.
You want me to change it to 8?
Yeah, wouldn't that be easier for you?
I mean, I can change it to 8.
Anthony Daniels.
I didn't get my workout in this morning, so I had to get it.
Oh. But Anthony Daniels
Actually, the door's supposed to open at 7, but yeah, well,
Daniels himself is funded by the same donors who bankroll medical.
Let me change it to 8.
Your ladies did good last time?
I listened to them. I was on the, which I was half. I can
Because
listen to
Anthony Daniels doesn't even live in our congressional district. That's right. Anthony Daniels lives hundreds of miles away in Huntsville. We won't let him steal our seat in Congress. On April 16th,
Ooh, like it really matters.
Democrat Shamari figures for Congress. He actually lives here and figures
Like
in
it
the
really matters where he lives.
Democratic Conference. And leaders we trust like Kirk Hatcher and Napoleon Bracey. On Tuesday,
Kirk
vote for
Hatcher.
Democrat Shamari
I don't know
figures
about
for
Kirk.
Congress.
We did have a student going, that's what I was going to talk about, a student going to speak to the House of Representatives Committee yesterday. Now we're trying to get the help with the House Bill 358, the child care. It's help.
I got, is that SB? Oh, okay. They got SB 51 or some crap like that where they want employers to give them paid maternity leave and all that stuff. Wait, you decided to have a baby and I got to pay for it? I don't think so.
Well, this is, the single moms and dads that are trying to get in the workforce, but they got to pay child care.
Well, they're the ones who made the babies. They should have thought about that. Because that's going to cost, I'm not going to be against it, but that's going to cost all of us.
But we need workers. So where can we get
And I also need more of my check.
This is Mariah's who testified, but she was making $17,000. Child care costs $15,000
on News Radio 1440. Depend on it. Your WSFA
but the problem is,
weather forecast.
Like Hyundai recently announced they're going to do some child care stuff out there. Well, if you think Hyundai's going to pay for that, the car's going to go up, everything's going to go up. If your manufacturer gives you, it's going to cost us. So now I got to pay for you screwing around.
But, the flip side of it is you're going to have more people paying taxes.
But you're going to have less of my check.
It was a tax break for businesses to offer child care.
Okay, businesses don't pay taxes. They charge us the tax. Okay, they don't pay them. They get it from us.
But we need more workers, though, right?
Yeah, but you don't gotta have a baby.
Well, they already have.
That's their fault. Ain't nobody help me with mine.
Montgomery's Skywatch traffic brought to you by
A lot of times the barriers of our students' lives are
family driven.
And I realize, but everybody who's had a child has the same barrier. Okay, we all had to figure out a way to get somebody to take care of the kids and blah 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 blah. I mean, it's a humanitarian thing. I would agree. Unfortunately, we got to pay for it. But I ain't gonna go against you. Well, we are. Now we're gonna pay double. because
pay for it now if there's lack of work.
Do you really believe that there's such a lack of work that they stop giving free food to people? People go to work. If you stop giving free food stamps and let people buy all kind of crap, you'd go to work, especially young men.
Look at the police department. They're short officers. One of the issues is
one of the issues just got fired.
Did he get fired?
Suspended. Yeah. Yeah.
But even in the law enforcement, you got child care issues in the middle of the night. There is none.
But
there's no child care.
How did we make it before the government came to our rescue? We all did it. Everybody did it.
Well, this ain't to say who started it, who did it. How do we fix it?
You tell people wear a condom.
There is a place for.
But we gotta have kids, and I love kids. Just that, man. Every time,
if we're looking at how do you get workers, there's an untapped talent pool. Not just our students, but all of them.
From Jaffe's Deli.
We had issues with officers,
and this is
that children, single parent children.
But that's their fault.
How is traffic everywhere?
We put them on night shift.
But I wonder if it's a
We
good
put them
idea
on
having,
so part of the bill offers
Jeff, what are you
some
talking
incentives
about?
for daycares to have more daycares at opportune hours.
confusing if we say your name Major Delay at
So-
Chaffee's Deli.
But we seem to be taking all the responsibility from parents and putting it on government, and which essentially puts it on us.
You might hurt his feelings.
We're trying to give them a booster shot.
We are talking about.
They already got a boost. That's why they got a baby.
How about I do takeout? Then you can
Well,
say no. Major delay.
We've got a fundraiser down
That's not confusing.
next Tuesday. You going?
Yeah,
Please come by.
I already told him you're going.
I know I was over there. Yes, I can't go.
I told you to go.
I went over there and talked to her. I was saying because Miss Berner,
Yes, there
who is
is.
the head
I'm right
of
here at Jaffe's
Cumulus,
Deli.
has a meeting that day, and we mandate we be there.
Right here, ma'am. How can we help?
So
Does she know? Does she know who you are?
We are an HVAC company literally
don't care.
Just all the big chains. Well, it is what it is.
I'm trying to get out. I'm trying to get out of it, but when the big boss call, hey.
You are
But
invisible online.
on society, it
Introducing
costs for
Cumulus
unemployed
Boost.
about
Get a boost,
25,000.
get found,
That's
get
what I'm
on
gonna say at the
Learn
fundraiser
more
dinner.
at cumulusboost.com.
But that was a whole big, probably much more than that. So, you know, if all of a sudden they come out making money, you know, it pays for us to invest.
Yeah, it does. But the problem is, it's going to cost you and me more. No,
It's going to cost you an investment, but there will be a return on that investment.
not on my check, because if they start taking, if the goods and services start going up, I'm never going to get that back. Like yesterday, eggs up now. I had to go to the guy. So I said, listen, are the chickens on strike? I said the eggs are going up, but the chickens weren't doing the work. So why am I paying more for them? I mean, we make excuses for every time they stick the meat to us out there.
I mean, no one can argue with the jobs that are not filled. There's a lot of jobs out there.
But it's government's fault a lot of those jobs are not filled. If we stop tagging people with all these things they did in their life, mistakes they made in their life, and have them put this on an application, yeah, I still, yeah. And I mean, we're creating our own problems sometimes. Let people go in with a clean slate.
Congestion. Sucking out
You'll
that
find out
skin
if it's a
pollen
thing.
and other irritants. Navage is available online at navage.com or in
But it's hard to go someplace and get a job if you got to tell them every bad. If all of us had to tell them every bad thing we ever did.
Some of the very corporate, but I'm just thinking Hardee's right now. My Hardee's the other day was shut down. I'm like, and have enough money. I can't get there.
For me, I don't know, but I know one thing. I'm not going to pay. I'm not paying more for a hamburger because you want to pay everybody $20 an hour to cook burgers. We ain't going that way. So essentially, what they're going to do, they're going to pay people more. They're going to get people less customers coming to their place. I'm not paying $20 for a hamburger. They're going to pay crazy. I'd rather pay $20 in the store and get a pack of hamburger meat. Couple packs.
Current provider could save you thousands. And if your health isn't perfect,
I changed it from 8 to 9 for all
we'll match
future.
you with the
Yeah,
right
I mean, now if you want to come this time, that's fine.
No, because that we up on my tongue while I was moving.
Make sure that protection
Exactly.
continues if something unexpected happens to you. Call
But actually,
code and see if you can
you only
save
get
up to
you only end up
70%.
talking for about a half hour anyway.
511-3535 now. That's 800-511-3535.
So
800
might be better just come
3535.
7:30 today.
Join Sean Hannity Sundays at 3 p.m.
Because by the time I get done with all this,
show.
But from 8 to 9, I can have a whole hour.
we still got about 30 minutes to conversation.
1440.
I ain't ready for you yet.
To reset, refocus on your day. The moment where you take a deep breath and change
New
the
hat you got
focus
there.
from the problem to the problem solver. This
Ooh,
is
good coffee.
Conversations with Kevin Elkins.
And good morning, Montgomery, Alabama. It's time to rise and shine once again, if you can. It is one more day, one more. You're on top of the ground, and the ground's not on top of you. Good morning, I'm Kevin Elkins, and this is News Radio 1440. It is time for our daily bread, a word from on high, something that'll change your perspective or give you a new one. Either way, it's good for the soul. And again, good morning. It is April the 11th, 2024. Our daily bread today, our scripture insight today comes from Psalms 65, 8 through 13. But let us start with Psalms 65 and 13. It says, the valleys are mantled with grain. They shout for joy and sing. Govern yourselves accordingly. And again, it is April the 11th, 2024. It is a day that it's never been, and it is a day that, well, it will never, ever be again. It is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, and once it's gone, you don't get a do-over. You don't get it back. You don't get to come back and do all the things that you should have done this day that you don't, and you don't get a chance to come back and undo the things that you do. So whatever it is that you do with this day, April the 11th, make sure that if tomorrow should be, you'll be proud of what you have done this day. If you've lived a while, you've seen, you've heard many, many yesterdays. And if we are blessed and given the grace, the mercy, and the charity of God, we may, I'm not sure, we may see some tomorrows. But if tomorrow should not be, it is this day. That is the first day of the rest of our lives. What are we going to do with them? Well, do what you can, while you can, for as long as you can, for whom you can, and reach back every once in a while and lend a helping hand. Benjamin Elijah May said, whatever we do in life, we should do it so well, no man living, no man dead, no man yet to be born can do it any better. And I say if that is the standard by which you live life, you'll always be successful. Oh, you'll fail at a thing or two. We all do. But you'll never be a failure until you quit. We say give out if you must, rest if you can, but you never quit. You never give up. Because quitters, well, they'll never win. And while winners may lose a time or two, they'll never quit. So don't you. Because quitters don't win, and winners, oh, they'll lose a thing or two, but they never quit. My mother used to say, nothing beats a failure but a try. Martin Luther King said, if you cannot run, walk. And if you cannot walk, crawl. But whatever you do, keep moving forward. And my mom said, one more, you never go wrong, listen to mom. She said, nothing beats a failure but a try. Keep trying. Put one foot in front of the other. Keep moving, but don't ever quit. Don't ever give up, because quitters never win. And winners, oh, they may lose a thing or two, but they never quit. So don't you. And no matter what happens this day in your life, remember this. It is a great day, a fantastic day to be alive. Singing Meadows, that's our daily bread for this day, April the 11th, 2024. We'll be back.
Right, you write all that stuff.
Huh?
You write all that stuff?
Well, I say it. It's in my head.
Man. That's pretty good.
Same stuff, different day.
Hey, the Think Vision, is that a good computer?
Who?
Welcome
These
to
are
today's
Think
encouragement.
Oh, these are Intel. I mean, not Intel.
I'm
Lenovo.
Kirsten
Yeah,
Hubbard,
they're all made by the same
called
Chinese.
Our reading, Singing Meadows. I've often affectionately
I'm feeling
joked
guilty about the
with my
Chinese now
mother-in-law
because the
about
Chinese
her
got this
ability
website
to
called
talk to
Temu.
her dogs.
You go on there,
She responds
you can
to
get
their
some
barks with
deals.
loving
I said, hell at
understanding.
Amazon.
Perhaps now she and
Yeah,
dog owners everywhere will
we
also
want to
listen
support.
for their
Like, I mean,
canine
here's not
pals
popular.
to
We've got
laugh.
a dealer over there in China. And
Scientists
like,
have discovered
roads.
that
They'll do
many
anything.
animals,
I mean, it's
including dogs,
like
cows,
a quarter
foxes,
of the price.
seals,
Now,
and
shipping,
parakeets, all have
I can afford shipping.
play
well,
signals,
shipping
otherwise
sometimes
known
gets
as
us.
laughter.
We had to order some stuff for last year's event,
Identifying these accompanying
and
sounds
it never came.
helps distinguish an animal's
But,
play
of
behaviors
course,
from what
you know, they
might
kept saying
otherwise
something
look like
customs.
fighting
So
to
I
a
called
human
a buddy
observer.
of mine and come find out
That
they had
animals
shipped it.
express
They're supposed to ship
laughter
our
and
stuff
joy
singly.
gives us a
Mhm.
delightful
They
glimmer of
bulked
what
a
it
bunch of
might
people's
look like
stuff in one
for
package
other parts of
and
creation
shipped
to
it.
praise
Well,
God in their own
they
way.
caught it and it was held up in Chicago.
As King David looked over his
And-
surroundings,
And that's the guy
it
told me, said,
seemed
yeah,
to
it's illegal
him
to do that.
that the hills were
And so
clothed
what they
with
do,
gladness,
they find them and they ship
and the
it
meadows
back.
and valleys were shouting for joy.
But we ended up, they
David
finally got it back from
recognized
China.
that
and
God
then,
had cared
they
for
gave us like
and
a
enriched the land,
cheap, they gave us
providing
like
both beauty
60% off,
and
we
sustenance.
use it for the next event.
Even though our physical surroundings don't sing in a literal way, they bear
But I
witness
know
to
them
God's
people get
active
screwed,
work in
glued, and
His
tattooed
creation,
over
and
there
in
working. I mean, I
turn,
just know they don't hardly make
invite
anything.
us to give praise
But
to
if
Him
America,
with our voices.
I want, there ought to be, if somebody really
May
wants to make
we,
it big, let's have
as
a
part
town
of the
called
whole
Yesterday.
earth,
And when we go to
be filled with
Yesterday,
awe at His
the
wonders
eggs are cheaper,
and respond to Him with
the
songs
flour is
of
cheaper,
joy.
everything is cheaper
We
in,
can trust
in the town
that
of
He'll
Yesterday.
hear
And that's
and
what I'm moving
understand.
If
to.
you were able to create it and have its own dollar value.
Yeah.
Today's Our
I'd
Daily
move
Bread
it.
devotional
I'd move to
scripture reading
Yesterday.
is from Psalm 65, verses 8 through 13.
When bacon Used to be
The
6
whole
cents a
earth
pound.
is filled with awe at your wonder.
Cars, the average
When
new car
morning
was
dawns,
$2,000
evening fades,
or less.
you call forth
Man,
songs
I looked at
of
the prices
joy.
and I said, wow.
You care for the land and water it.
You know, once stuff starts
You
going
enrich
up,
it abundantly.
It rarely ever comes down.
The
like if
streams
an
of God
event
are
happens
filled
in
with
the
water
economy, like
to
COVID,
provide the
I mean,
people with grain.
something
For
goes up,
so
well, then
you
it don't
have
come back down.
ordained.
How do
You
get it?
drench
Like the
its
eggs.
furrows and level
The
its
egg came
roots.
down for a little
You
bit.
soften it
And I
with
went to the store and I
showers
said,
and bless its crops.
I looked at the manager and I said,
You
did the
crown
eggs,
the year
did the
with your
chicken go on
bounty,
strike?
and your
How come our
cups
eggs cost
overflow
more?
with abundance.
Chicken doing most of the work.
The
I
grasslands
said,
of the wilderness
why are we
overflow.
paying more for it?
The hills
Did they get a raise?
clothed with gladness.
You know, I learned that because we
The
got
meadows
chickens
are
up in
covered
Coleman,
with
at our
flocks,
Coleman site.
and the valleys are
It's
mantled
the
with
founder
green.
runs it, but
They shout
we
for
teach
joy
guys
and
that
sing.
run it. But they have, you know, chickens only lay eggs for so long, and we got to turn
Let's
them over,
pray.
and then they get.
Thank you,
Which means turn them
God,
over.
for your continued work
They
in
just they sell the
creation.
chickens,
All right.
and then they got to
Please
start over
open our eyes
with
and
new
our
chickens, and then
ears
there's
to
like a
see
period of time
your
where they
work
don't lay eggs.
in it.
So
In
the new
Jesus' name
chickens
we
have.
pray.
They don't
Amen.
just come out laying eggs. It takes
Thanks
a
for
little
listening
while.
Wow, no.
today. My name is
But
Kirsten Holmes.
so for
And
the
today's
farm, they
encouragement
eat
was
eggs.
provided by Our Daily Bread
That's what they eat.
Ministries.
Okay.
You know, and they also sell them to area businesses. So they're without right now. They have to buy their eggs.
Why don't they get more chickens?
Get two houses and get them offsetting one another.
Yeah.
But then you still have a time where one house was not working.
Then fire them.
But they do. They do. They fire them and get new ones. But it takes them. There's a.
So are those the chickens that we eat?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, 'cause I don't want to punish the chicken because he's tired of laying eggs. I mean, you get tired.
That's something like that. Oh, they probably make dog food.
Oh, that's a shame. Oh, well. I would only want a chicken. And now we pay homage to all of our armed forces of these: United States of America, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, and Space Force. First of all, let's say good morning to our local heroes: Montgomery Police Department, Montgomery Fire Department, Montgomery Sanitation Department, and as well as, listen, hey, you got to kiss up every once in a while. Good morning, Mayor. I'm sorry I had to jump on you yesterday, but you know how it goes. That's where we roll around here. I still like you, though. Just on the degree you're trying to take over the airport board. But that's okay. We'll talk about that later on. Oh, this is our last segment. Then we'll get to you. Good morning, everybody. That's Joe. That's Mr. Bowman. Hope Inspired Ministries. Nice guy. Used to be a policeman. Excuse me. He used to be one of the big cheeses over there. Yeah. Where the stars on his uniform and everything. Maybe you can tell me why these police around here want to wear 4 stars. They really think they're somebody.
Yeah, they shifted. They used to wear colonel.
Well, when I got here, John Wilson was colonel. But now everybody's got a star. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, come on.
Well, the way it used to be was colonel was the highest.
Yeah.
And then the deputy chief.
I can live with the colonel thing. But all the stars on, was that an ego booster?
There's no uniform. Some of them 4 stars, and some of them 5 stars.
Yeah, I know. We got so many stars that we got to put them in a circle now. I said, okay, all right. I wonder how many would go to combat. They would look like soldiers, but without paying the price.
You gonna see them jump out of the plane, though? Blue Angels?
Why do I want to see somebody jump out of the airplane?
That might need you jump with them.
I know, but
would you?
Yeah, they'd ask me to jump. I would do it. I'm not letting nobody ride my back all the way down. That's too close to me.
You want to do it on your own?
I do it on my own. I know how to do it. But they didn't ask me to.
The parachutes they have, what the same do?
Doesn't matter. I mean, it's been a while since I jumped, so I don't really know what kind they got now. They're better than the one I had. All righty then. Okay, we're back. We're here. We're live. We're in person. Got a guest in the studio. We'll be right now. Hey, we have to honor our armed forces. Whom without, we wouldn't have the freedoms we do. Of course, the guy in the White House now is probably Democrat. Every time Democrats get in, you wonder about whether or not you're going to have any freedoms left. But that's okay. I'm good. I'm good. And to tell you the truth, sometimes the Republicans are too. Although, just get I'm not even going to go there right. We'll go to that later on. I guess, yeah, it's the second. I thought it was the third. Thought it was the third Thursday. I guess it's, but it isn't the second Thursday, which means Hope Inspired Ministries. The executive director is here. Hope Inspired Ministries is an organization that tries to take people who seemingly lost their way, or at least need a hand up and not a hand out. And sometimes you can get so down it's hard to get up. I've been there, done that, and I may have to do it again, but hopefully no time soon. But it happens to us, and what they've done for what, 12 years now?
12 years.
12 years now, they've gone out there and they've found people who needed that hand up, or just a hand sometimes, because sometimes you get up to a place in life where you think nobody cares, where you think people, you messed up so bad until you know there ain't no way out of this. There's always a way, and Hope Inspired Ministry is always there to help you. So if you know somebody, and this is an organization for people out there who let's say your child lost his way. He can't keep a job. He just can't keep a job. Maybe he doesn't feel like he deserves that job. Maybe he feels that he's messed up so much until he'll never get it right. But Hope Inspired Ministries, which is 145 Coliseum Boulevard, and John is the executive director. Let him tell you a little bit more about it, just in case you don't know, because he hasn't never been on this time. Well, has he been? You've been on this time before. But and so he's here to have a conversation with you. You got any question you want to ask, whether it's your son, your daughter, or your cousin, your husband, your boyfriend, whatever relationship they have, men or women. They help men and women. It ain't just for the guys out here. So, So good morning, John.
Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So how's him doing?
Well, him is doing outstanding, and we do thank you for all the armed forces as you brought in, and the local heroes for their service. But Hope Inspired Ministries, we give hope through workforce development, and some of those barriers you talked about, may include incarceration, homelessness, addiction issues. But one in particular I want to talk about, and there's a House Bill 358, that's about to be. We had the opportunity yesterday to take one of our students from Lowndes County, and she was able to share her story in front of the House Representatives Committee. But Mariah went in there, and her story is like many. She's a single mom. She has 2 children, and she was living in rural Alabama. So the transportation in Montgomery is a little different because we have mass transportation service. But down there, she had 2 children, single mom, and trying to do the right thing by working. And she told this in front of the representatives, but she said she was making a little over $17,000 working as a lead at one of the local Dollar Generals, and she had 2 children. Well, she made $17,000, but the 2 children in childcare cost $15,000. She had a car, okay. She had a house. Well, you can do the math on it, and it left her with about $8,000 deficit, and she lost her car. Well, if you lose your transportation, in default, you're going to lose your job as well. So, and as she was hopeless at this point. So she was sitting at home with her 2 children. She had received one of our, recruiting materials, and actually called us 3 times. She didn't really want help. She wanted to try to do it on her own. So she was hesitant to accept that. But Jessica Fales, who was on the show last month for me, the Lowndes County director, would talk to her, and finally, eventually, after the 3rd time, talked her into coming in. And of course, she had to bring her children with her. But she entered the program. We were able to provide her transportation to come to class. We were able to provide financial aid for her child care. So we picked the children up, we took the children to daycare, brought her to class, all at no cost to her.
while she was able to learn the skills she needed to not only get a job, but excel at that job as well. She graduated the program, was able to start rebuilding her life. Now she's working at Calhoun High School, making about $10,000 more. So she's on her comeback. But, you know, we put any one of us put in that situation would be the same. So this bill offers some support for businesses, but also for them to offer some tax credits to childcare so that these single parents, not just the ladies, but the majority of ladies, they can get back in the workforce. But there's also something in there to help the child care facilities, because in Lowndes County, like many rural counties across Alabama, there's only one licensed child care. So and it's full. So for Mariah's case, we had to pick her up, bring her into the adjacent county, drop the children off, and then take her back. So when she goes to work, she's going to have to do the same thing. So it creates a hardship there. But she was able to share, you know, along with our partners, Women Foundation of Alabama was able to come down and share their story. But also there yesterday was Boeing down in Mobile. I believe it was Toyota that came from Huntsville. So the workforce needs workers, and there is an incredible pool of workers out there with single parents, single moms that are forced to decide, do I go to work or do I stay at home and keep my child care? Because sometimes they're, you know, breaking even, or in Mariah's case, she was losing in order to do that. But so it was a good presentation, and seemed to have some bipartisan support as well.
It always does in the public. Let me ask something. Transportation, especially in rural Alabama or rural Indiana or rural any place, seems to be the impediment that it's difficult to get beyond. Because if you don't have any transport, if the state would spend a little money in rural Alabama on public transportation, that would make, at least that would solve some of the problems. And I don't know how much money that would be, but we got $9 billion on a school system that doesn't go to the school system. So it seems like to me they put some of that on public transportation, but it does seem that transportation, if you get past the transportation issue, now you only got one issue, of course, and that is where to put your kids while you go to work. That's a tough one. But how did they ask? Did they even ask like they act like they were interested in the problem?
They do act. You know, from my point, they did not vote on it yesterday because it was a public hearing. So just individuals that were talking in support and some in opposition of it. But you know, when you mention rural Alabama, it's so much different than your urban areas. And you know, we have our own transportation thanks to the Delta Regional Authority grant, as well as the Daniel grant, and also Pioneer Electric provided us some vans, and now we're running our own transportation, one on the north end, one on the south end, and it's been a game changer for us in rural Alabama. But you know, one of the issues in rural Alabama, because they do have the West Alabama Transportation Service, but it's so rural, you can't run routes like you can in the urban areas. And one of the things I've seen some businesses do own into the Black Belt, which is, you know, the further you go, the more rural it gets, and that's companies, you know, providing their own transportation. Like they make, I know there's some catfish farms, but they'll travel up, pick up workers, and then go back to work to provide that. It's an investment on their part as well. And you know, from everything I hear, it seems to be doing well.
I keep hearing people say that we need migrant workers, okay, because we don't want to, as Americans, we don't want to pick cabbage, we don't want to pick tomatoes, we don't want to pick potatoes. But it just seemed like to me, if you needed a job and they was paying, you know, it's tough work, but you know, rather than making excuses for people, I mean, if we got rid of some of this, I'm not going to get you involved in the politics, but do you think we become so particular about the jobs that we want to do that we don't, some of our unemployment problems, that we don't want to do that kind of work?
Yes, I do. And you know, we teach, and I've said it before on here, the ABCs. You know, step A is to get a job.
Amen.
And be okay with a job and do it well. And you know, having been in the management position for several years, if you're doing a job and doing it well, you don't have to tell people you're doing it well. They're going to see it, and then you get moved to be a better job. And then when you get that better job and follow the same principles and do it well, and then C, you get to move over to that career job.
Mm-hmm.
All too often, people want to go straight to the C, and these are for our students.
They want a position.
They want to go straight to you know, the ownership spot. But you know, next Tuesday we've got an event in Birmingham. It's a fundraiser event called Hope Heals, and JB Barley is going to be sharing his story with us. But he came to the program, and we got him a job cleaning, and that's a job. He didn't want to do it. You know, he was hesitant to do it, but he did it and did it well. And 2 months later, he came to the office smiling, with his chest poked out a little bit, and said, "Hey, guess what? I got promoted to weekend supervisor." So he started moving up that chain, and then it wasn't much longer. He came in and said, "Hey, guess what?" And his chest poked out a little bit further, and said, "I got promoted to night supervisor for the whole week." And then sooner or later, it was site supervisor, and then region supervisor. And it was a little scary when he worked for Kimco. I called the supervisor to ask him if they would speak at the event in Birmingham, and he said, "Well, John, you know he doesn't work for me anymore." I was like, "I did not." I was scared a little bit, but he said another company elevated him up. They put him into a even higher position.
Okay.
So there's a pathway to get there. All too often people don't see it, you know, because they want to go straight to the C.
Right.
But that's for any job.
And sometimes I go into the local fast food restaurants and I see people with attitude, their head all down. I say, listen, this job is merely a step to the next one, but you have to do this one well first. You can get hired off the job. Somebody comes in there one day and you don't know who these people are. They come in here, they see you with a smile on your face. You're nice, you're kind, you expedite their order. You know, they'll hire you.
Yes.
But you gotta. But if they're walking in and all you do is act like you didn't want to come to work today, you know, you're gonna be here a while. You know, or not. Let me see who this is. Good morning on air.
Good morning, Mr. Ed. How you doing today? Amen.
All right.
And Mr. Ed is right. You know, parents should teach their children to love God. But what happens when they're not there? And that's one of the things that happens at Hope Inspired Ministry. We become their family. So we take that role and start pouring into them and give them that godly role model and teach them how to love God.
There are many positions that you guys can use people for to share their story as a mentor. And mentoring at Hope Inspired Ministries doesn't take a lot of time. You know, you come over, or you can provide a lunch for them. They always some of these kids are young folks, or men and women, some not so young, some my age. When Hope Inspired Ministry provides a meal, you know, sometimes it's the only meal some of these people will get. So if you got a little extra in the bank, I know extra is a big word nowadays, but you know, you'll get it back one way or the other. You know, you can help provide a meal. You don't know. Sometimes you may not know that people are being fed. Just understand that somebody's being fed. Somebody is going to be motivated because, and you may bring them a light that they don't have. Let's talk about the vision of Hope Inspired Ministries, which is to help individuals break the grip of poverty. Listen, there are no secrets to breaking the grip of poverty, but the main instrument is the willingness to work, the willingness to do things that you don't even want to do sometimes. But like John says, the ABC, you get a job. If you do that well, get a better job. And if you do that well, you can get a career out of it. So ABCs, you can't start at the career part, especially if you don't know nothing about it. I mean, like me, just because I'm a super duper talk show host, well, I didn't start this way. I went down there and started sweeping the floor. Don Markwell gave me a shot at this job. I knew nothing about radio, but I knew I liked it. At least I thought I liked it anyway. You don't, and 33 years later, I'm still doing it. I'm the man.
The mayor
of the airways.
That's right.
I mean, now, every once in a while I got elections. you never know how long you're going to be in the seat, but it's been a good ride, so I don't have any problems. Let's take a break. We'll be back. John Bowman, Hope Inspired Ministries. What's the number if somebody want to help out?
It's 649-4330, 649-4330, or you can go to our website at hopeinspiredministries.org.
All right, and we shall return uno momento. That's for my Spanish friends out there, okay, who knows that lingo, okay? Buenos dias, guten Morgen. Guten Morgen is German for good morning. And we'll be back right after this.
First alert weather forecast.
I started police department. They get me like $7 an hour. I was rich.
People just know there's a better way.
Well, you were rich from where you were. So me too. I started at $3 something an hour. No, $2.75.
My first started working at like $3.35 minimum wage.
Or call for a
So
quote today.
A lot of cloud cover today. Temperatures will stay in the 60s through the day. We're not going to warm up a whole lot. It will
And I
also
get
be
free
breezy
insurance.
with a 20% chance
Because I
to have some
didn't have
showers.
Obamacare,
Maybe
then I was paying
some days, but things
they
improve
call
big
COVID.
time. Friday,
Yeah.
through the weekend.
Yeah,
Friday will be
COVID, yeah.
slightly breezy once again, but
I don't know. I must
it's
admit, since I was
70s, will be
19
mostly
years
sunny
old, I never
Saturday in
paid
the
for
upper
insurance.
70s, mostly sunny
Because I joined the National Guard.
That's your first alert forecast.
Then
I'm
joined the
meteorologist
Army, and
Tyler
I've had
Seaver,
everything
News
since.
Radio
So.
1440.
Let's
It's
go
still free?
Skywatch Traffic,
Huh?
brought
still
to you
free?
by Sons Automotive, family
That's the word
owned,
better in
family
me.
driven, on News Radio
Well, police was,
1440.
it was free and then it started going up.
Now, all of it's not for you. You have to pay. If you get family care, it's called Champus, and you got to pay for that. But compared to what everybody else paying, oh, it ain't nothing. People paying.
No big backups or slowdowns, but they're on Troy Highway at Bell Road.
We give
Invisible
free
Fence has
insurance
Boundary Plus
individual, not
technology,
him.
giving your pet
Oh,
a play area right
think
at the
they-
boundary. The
I don't think they
confusion,
fully
the
understand.
lockouts,
Yeah, but they better.
Vicky at Invisible
value of
Fence 265-2585. Buckle up, it's the law. Everyone covers Skywatch traffic. This is Major Alert. A critical Counter-Strike 2 crash occurred last week, shattering Virtus Pro's playoff hopes at the PGL Copenhagen Major, ejecting their star player from the server mid-game
Yeah,
during a
Jeff,
pivotal
bro,
round
I've got me
against
$7
G2
an hour. They
Esports.
used to be
Virtus
a
Pro's
boat
player
shop down
James
there on
suffered a
Bell
game
Street. I
crash,
don't know if you
ultimately
remember those.
costing them
They
a
sell
map in the
boats.
series. PGL
I
attributed
went
the
to look at
issue
one,
to
I
an
said,
NVIDIA graphic card driver crash.
And I got
While
my
Jay
first check.
acknowledges the loss was a safety bug, players and fans await resolutions.
The latest esports and gaming news. Find it online at checkpointxp.com.
In business,
Yeah, I went down there at Don Markwell for a job.
what you need to better serve
Show me the
your
broom.
customers. Whether it's freshly laundered work
Okay.
apparel for almost any
You gotta do what you gotta do.
tested and inspected fire protection system.
My quest was to get my foot in the door.
Training, for mops and restroom
And that's
products,
gotta be the
stocked and ready
mindset.
when you need them. Better work days happen together. So visit Cintas.com.
I talked to the church Sunday, and I talked about
and get ready
David.
for work day.
David defeated Goliath through his team, but backed up.
Turn was to
He
clean the
was
gutters.
overlooked.
Filtered gutter
You
protection
know,
installed.
Wait, I
they
told
picked
you
every
leak
brother
filter
in
had
the
3
house.
inspections and
Be
estimates
next
and
year,
electric
like,
repairs.
Now, wasn't David the one who got thrown away by his
Yeah,
brothers?
but I visited
That was
leakfilter.com.
Joseph, because I was
Trial
Joseph.
first.
I don't know him personally.
It doesn't matter.
I don't know him either, but I know who does.
Yeah, I guess.
I know the guy that knows him.
Yeah.
But it happens over a period of time.
When you read it in the book, it's just like, oh, from here to here to here to years.
I heard Dr. Kevin Elkins, he said that it happens over a long period of time, all of a sudden.
Yo, man, you use an overnight success.
Yeah.
$10,000 in free
And
precious metals.
that's how it
Call
happens.
833-995
Your retirement, you
That's
start putting in
833-995 gold.
$10 paycheck. That's why you used to start doing fully. Put in, they call it a 457 plan, but like 401k. Little bit.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100%
that comes from the camera.
Trusted generic alternative.
But I think I'll put the camera right here. Yeah, we got a name. We got a name for that.
Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected.
ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. And right now, you can try it for
I'm the only
at
live one. We got
ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
after I go up,
With ZipRecruiter, one click sends your job to hundreds of top job sites. But more than that, ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies the candidates with the skills you
comes on here.
sends you a list of great matches to review, and actively invites them to apply for your job.
Good guy.
And the results speak for themselves. 4 out of 5 employers who list on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate
via the phone,
first
probably.
day. That's right, the first
his name?
day.
He comes on.
Now you can focus on your business and let ZipRecruiter do the work finding the best people for you.
Well, I tried to give you the one to Bubba and Leroy up there in Birmingham, but this guy from Huntsville, he comes on after
Just
me.
go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Forgot about him. I forgot his name, but I know he comes on after me.
You know him.
Yeah. And then who comes on after at 11 o'clock? Dan Bongino, of course, which I don't know.
He's national.
Yeah.
Beautiful console.
But he get good.
You listen to
Yeah, I just listen to talk radio, so I have to listen to what they put on me. I ain't too crazy about him, but we need somebody out there. Since a black man can't seem to get a national job around here, I gotta take to give me. We don't have no black national syndicated talk shows, and listening to the talk shows that I listen to, I'm getting most of them. But it's tough being a black.
A lot of them on, I see a lot of them on social media.
Yeah, well, people give Facebook more credit than they ought to.
He's smart, witty, and fast on the draw. It's Mark Levin this afternoon at 5 p.m. on News Radio 1440.
All right, everybody. Our guest this morning is John Bowman, who's the executive director of Hope Inspired Ministries. We are affectionately known as HIM. Okay. Their vision, of course, is to help individuals break the grip of poverty. Their mission is to serve unemployed individuals by preparing and equipping them to obtain, maintain, and more importantly, excel at employment. What are the values of Hope Inspired Ministries? Well, we believe in God and His power to change our lives. We believe in family. We foster a sense of belonging and encouragement and restored relationships. Passion, our energy, inspires, engages, and motivates others. Excellence. We challenge ourselves to continuous learning, accuracy, attention to detail, stewardship of our resources, and kindness in our relationships. Now, don't you wish everybody had those kinds of values in their lives? If your employee had that kind of value, you get that raised by now. But anyway, Give them a call, and the number is 649-4330. And let me tell you something. If you don't need us, if you don't need him, you know somebody that does.
Amen.
Okay? And that all you got to do is 649-4330. That's not a cell phone. You can't text. Okay? 649-4330. If you got a story to tell, you'll be surprised. You want an attentive audience? You want an audience that will listen to what you have to say? Not just there because they're mandated to be there, who will listen to what you have to say, who want to know how you came from where you are, from where you were to where you are. You want somebody who would take your words seriously. Well, our students at Hope Inspired Ministry will. Okay, every word they'll listen to attentively, because you know what? They want to be where you are, and sometimes we just don't know how. So you give us a call. You can be a mentor, a speaker, or you can give to one of our dinners. If you don't have if you can't afford to get some buddies together. You know, y'all. Give these guys, because some of them, I'm telling you, some of these folks, that's the only meal they're going to get. And while we sit in our homes, I know I'm guilty. While we sit in our homes and sometimes put the world out, the world still goes on. And there are people out there that right now, today, right now, don't know where their next meal is coming from. And so maybe what you can help us do is at least help somebody with a meal. And again, you call our lady over there, 649-4330. Who should they talk to?
They can speak to Ashley or Stephanie.
Okay, Ashley or Stephanie. And again, 649-4330. Okay. Matter of fact, it's about time for me to get another meal, put another meal on the table.
I was fixing to say, Kevin, you can go ahead and grab one, and then other people will follow you.
Yeah, I will. I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna call down there and tell her to put me on the next one. Maybe not the next one. One coming up soon. Good morning, on air. Yes.
Good morning. Yes, ma'am. Well, we have gone before to city council, and they actually invited me to pray one time at the opening of it. But we've had several of the council members come by and, just like Kevin said, and share their story to the students as well, and include the county commission. I've been there to speak. Yes, ma'am. I know we would make it. But yes, ma'am, we would love to. You call 649-4330 when you talk to John. If you can sign up and share your story, and tell them to make sure I'm in the office the day you share it. So I can get Yes, ma'am. 649-4330.
Appreciate your call. We're just about up. What? If I go back to what can I say? Sometimes don't take all day to get to know people.
Right. Thank you for the call.
You don't make it seem
Next month we are
right, exactly. Anyway, gotta go. We'll be back. John, okay, that number again.
649-4330.
Inspire Ministry. Be the hope that inspires others.
We go to hope for that.
1440.
It is a Thursday morning. It is 10 minutes after the hour of 9 o'clock here in the capital city of Alabama. Who's that guy that comes in after me? I don't know if I can think of his name. This is not a famous little name. Oh well. And I took my last course of DEI the other day. I forgot exactly what the letters stand for, but it was on isms. Sexism, ageism, uglyism. There's a bunch of isms going on. Yeah. And I took it, but I passed it with flying colors. Oh yeah, but I know all about the isms. Oh yeah. 860-1440 is the number here running this crowd. You can text me 901-5022. We can text, I'll read it. Trust me, I will read it. I may not send the message back. No. I will read it. Yeah. If it makes sense, I'll even comment on it. If it makes sense. Don't ask me why I'm not 6'3". I can't answer that. I guess the good Lord needs to show people too. I'm just saying. Let's go back to phone right quick and good morning. Thank you for holding. Yes. Mm-hmm. 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 Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. If you were the mayor, and you could get everything done that you wanted done, not what they wanted done, what you wanted done, would you do it? Okay. Well, right to you though may be wrong to somebody else. Right to you may be wrong for somebody else. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. And that's your opinion. That's cool. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. All right. Well, everybody's okay. Appreciate it. I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I take a little different look at the mayor or any mayor because Todd, who's my friend, will always be. You know, he ran the city the way he wanted to run the city. It's up to the city council to take control, since most of the power in the city uh, uh, is it is given to the city council. Now, if the minority of the city council can't stop the majority of the city council, and all you need is one person, are you telling me four educated men, smart guys, from a variety of different backgrounds, job experiences, if they can't convince one guy on the other side, just one, not two, not three, but one guy on the other side, what does that say about their ability to lead? I mean, we can't convince, because it's always 5-4, 4-5, 5-4. Well, that means that all you got to do is get one person on the other side. We can't convince one person that our cause is just. I don't know. Yeah, 860-1440 is the number you want to give us a call. That's whatever on your mind. I got a lot of things to talk about this morning. I don't have a whole lot of time to do it either. But if I'm the mayor of the city of Montgomery, listen, I would tell the city council you can only have city council meetings at 12 o'clock at night. Okay? Make sure that nobody show up. Okay? Make sure when nobody would show up, I just run my thing. Okay? I don't know if Act 616, I don't know if Act 618 tells you what time you got to have a city council meeting, but it does say you have to have two a month. But I'm not mad at the mayor for taking advantage of a situation where it does seem that the city council allows him to do pretty much what the brother wants to do. I would do it too. I ain't mad at him. I do it too. If I could just, make you guys do what I want you to do, that's what I would do. So don't blame the mayor, blame the city council. Good morning. Go ahead, babe. All righty then. It is 8898. But where did the time go when you're having fun? Now, getting back to some of the other things I was going to talk about today that I haven't had an opportunity to talk about. Today is Thursday. I thought it was the third Thursday, but it was the second. So that's why John Gomez, Hope Inspired Ministry. And we do need people to go over there and talk to some of the folks over there just to give them some encouragement. So really, if you're interested in encouraging others, give them a call, 649-4330. Good morning. Good morning. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which, if I could get it, I'd do it too. Yeah, I mean, you got the help from the senators in Barfoot, and evidently I haven't heard much in Yap or Kinsler or Tashina Moore. I haven't heard much from them about this issue. And there's a local delegation, evidently they must be on board with it too. And Reed is against it. Reed is against it. So yeah. I haven't heard anything. I don't know if they make any money at all. Well, most of the boards don't. And again, most of them in the city are useless and not worth anything. But there are a couple of boards that if I could get, I do not do anything. The water board, because this water is going up and the traffic and the money is going up for sanitation, and we don't know nothing about it until we get the bill. Yeah. So somebody needs to be a prime iron. Hey, hey, Julie. Well, I don't know, but all I know is if everything keeps going up but not checked, I want to say is to get some eggs. Now I know an egg's going up. So I called the manager and said, "Hey, are the chicken on strike? How come the eggs going up? I mean, they, they not working." many people? You mean the factory? We do something in this country. We do. Everything's for sale. Wow. Pretty soon it won't be the United States of America. It'll be the United something, but it won't be the United States of America. Oh well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then but I don't go, so don't worry about it. That's for rich people. That ain't for poor folks like me. That's for rich people. Yeah. All right. Hey, appreciate it. Also, I'm still trying to figure out how you get beat being in prison. Okay. And here's another story. It seems that the Salvation Army is going to pick less people. I haven't got there are more people getting put out of home because they just can't afford to live in it. And now Salvation Army, according to a story I got here, has taken less people. So what are these people going to do? Um, I just don't understand it. I mean, everybody, and I'm glad as everybody else. I thought everybody was lazy. Everybody ain't lazy. But everything's going up except the check. Yeah. Anyway, let me take it. They already put them out in the daytime, and where they going to go then? Mhm. So, okay, let me just ask you one question. Aren't there enough people? Can't we have a community homeless shelter where we I'd be willing to pay an extra nickel or something to put that money toward a homeless shelter for people so they can get there. Can we always put everything else on gas, so let's put a nickel on gas, and that strictly goes toward the welfare of the poor for the city of Montgomery. We can buy one of them hotels that be empty and fix it up and give people and really have some good security on it and give these people a place to live. We ain't talking about bums and people like that. We talking about people who just can't afford them. I mean, they taking the price of these apartments up. You know what I'm saying? Of course, somebody's suing them now, but they taking the price of the apartments up to 12, 13, 1400 dollars a month. Who can afford that? I can't. I can't afford that. I mean, I could, but I like to do. So I'm just saying, maybe we put a nickel on gas for everything else. So I know I'm tired of paying taxes too. I'm sick of paying more money, more money, more money. But there's going to have to be a place for people to stay. And if the Salvation Army is starting to take me, where's the overflow? Where are they going? So we got to take some of these hotels and fix them up, fix them up, and at some place for these folks to stay. I'm just saying, I just believe that there's something wrong with our society, and I'm not whining for the poor folks, but I am saying, sooner or later, we're all going to be a poor folk if this keeps up. The price of eggs the last couple of days. So now I got to take an egg, crack an egg, and put half of it in the skin and put the other half back in the shell. I mean, I'm just saying, that's how tough it's getting out there. All right, we'll be back right after this. It's Thursday. I am thankful for what I got. This reminds me, I am thankful for what I have. I'm in better shape than a lot of people. But there are some people who are struggling real bad. Real bad. I'm still here. Made it through. Made it through another day. 9:31 in the morning. Listen, I appreciate the conversation this morning. Yeah, and listen, I realize that people, we all try to pay no tax money. We are. We but I mean, what do you do with people? And it's the Salvation Army speaking less people. Where do these people go? I know it's not a Democrat here, but every once in a while, Democrats are right. Where do these people go? What do they do? And it's going to listen. It's going to cost us more than the nickel for gas. It's going to cost us. So the way I put that forward, I'm going to support it. It's going to cost us because if people have no place to stay, they will find a way to survive. And if that means stealing, burning down your house because they're trying to stay warm, okay, or stealing your air condition because they're trying to sell the copper, whatever it is, or going to jail, and now we feed them for free. And it's going to cost us more than a nickel a gallon of gas if we don't do something about the home. I'm not talking about the guy. I'm not talking about the guy who's just lazy and don't want to, and mentally ill, and don't want to live in, but won't stay. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about families, people. You know, just they just can't afford it. You know, they just can't. You know, and if you want to know, and of course, all this has happened underneath the current administration in the White House, and everything's going up. And I know black folks are still going to vote for a Democrat. I know they are. They're going to still vote for Biden. I know they are, but the young folks are not voting for him because they're the ones who are catching hell now, trying to get a job to pay decent money. AI's coming in now, artificial intelligence. I mean, sooner or later, everybody's going to be affected by it. You know, now if you got, and trust me, if you're my age and you're getting a social security check or you're getting a little money every month, that's fine. But what happens when that? What happens if the government says we're broke and we can't do it anymore? And I think about that all the time. What happens if now we say we go there and deal with them all? But what happens? If one day they say, well, you know, that's one of those services that we just can't afford to pay no more. So what do we do? You know, something's got to change. We've got to look out for some of these people, and all these people are not lazy. All of them, some of them will work, but I will admit to you, hell, it don't make no sense to go to work if you're going to work and still can't live inside. What difference to go to work? You know, the kids are stuff. The kids looking at you like they're crazy, and like you crazy. And Dad, I want something to eat. Mama, I need something to eat. Look at all these people, but when you go to work, you still can't afford. The light bill goes up. What's your name across the street over here? Supposed to be looking out for us with the Public Service Commission, Twinkle Kavanaugh. And I would imagine 40 years on, Alabama probably going to say they need another raise, like last year 3 times. I mean, they're going to say they need something. So where is the extra money supposed to come from? The water board here in Montgomery, the water went up. Sanitation bill went up. How are we supposed to pay it? Seriously, how are these poor folks supposed to pay it? And they're all not lazy. They go to work. Go to work. But, you know, like work. You got to live outside. I don't know. I'd say a nickel gallon of gas, and it goes toward the home. Forget that little thing that you put money into. They had this thing years ago where they put money into a thing on the street and we're supposed to give that to the poor folks. Forget that. That never worked. But we put a nickel on gas. Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah, okay. Just buy one less gas. Buy one less gallon of gas. Okay. And therefore, we do something for these people. And I'm not a bleeding heart, but I've had rough times too. And if I don't watch it, I may have some rough times again. Anyway, 860-1414 number. We want to get love to talk to you. Good morning. Anybody out there wouldn't pay a nickel for a gallon of gas extra just to make sure you do like that? How about you? Would you pay it? Hello? Thank you. Well, but if they take the okay, right, I, I'm with you, but here's the problem. Right, but here's the problem. If they get a raise, it's going to cost you and I because all the goods and services are going to go up to pay for the raise. So basically, they're going to still be in the same position. But they're in business to make money. Yeah, they're in business to make money. What, how about the sugar tax? Well, we might as well get, okay, then let's pay a beer tax and a sugar tax. You don't have to have beer and you don't have to have Coke. That ain't too hard for me. I love it. Yeah. But how much is a pack of cigarettes? So why don't we just tax that crap and we be helping everybody? You don't need to smoke no way. You don't need a soda. I don't need one either. But they're also taking the price of everything. Do you realize that do you realize that $250,000 house in Alabama, you take that same house and take it to New Jersey, it's probably going to sell for $500,000, $600,000. Not because it's any better house, but because the price of living is so high up there. Yeah. But how much does it cost to live up there? They're not making any more money. It just looks like more money on the check, but everything goes up. They're not making any more money. Right. We do. But we got people. But we got people. Everybody's getting it. But we got people selling their food stamps to get money to help pay rent. What do you got to do, brother? Hey, appreciate it. 9:39 in the morning. Mm-hmm. Well, why would I want more? Right. Yeah, that's true. And we giving them $3,000 a month plus food stamps. So what is wrong with our country? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Goes further. Yeah. That's why. That's why I'm still here. Yeah, yeah. Good morning. Yes. Yeah, yeah, you can. That makes sense. And but there's more. Right, right. There's more ways to do that. Yeah, I mean, you mean proportionally or numerically? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. That's right. I appreciate it. Okay, now somebody said, okay, let me get it. Hopefully one day you'll learn to think. Okay, I'm a pretty decent thinker sometimes. What's the difference between a nickel increase and 5%? But I can understand that. In other words, if I buy 5 gallons of gas, okay, I'm paying an extra 25. Okay, I'm paying an extra 25 cents. That 25 cents goes toward a homeless shelter provided by the city. Okay, I just think it's a good thing. It's 25 cents. So if you buy 10 gallons of gas, sometimes it's 50 cents. When that would go toward homeless people. We could do it. I don't understand anymore. Or let's put a quarter on every soda. Okay. Let's put 15 cents on every soda that we buy, anything with sugar in it. We need to raise the money. Okay? And of course, I won't be buying those sodas I do now, but I don't need to buy them anyway. Good morning. Okay. Provide a homeless shelter, some of these hotels around here that are paying for. I don't know about that. I'll leave that to the people with the range. Well, we just need one to start with. But if they illegally here, no. I'm talking about people. I'm talking about people who want to. If you don't, if you are the ones who are working every day, they can't pay their rent because all the rent and all the prices are going up. We always make exceptions when it comes to money for the things we want, for the things we think we need. No. Well, you already get the free money. You already get the check every month. That's free. Yeah, but you don't. Yeah, well, you still you get more you get more than you deserve. Well, you do. You do. You do. Okay, this is not about the thing you keep making it question. Okay, I'm not going to answer my question. So this is a philosophical discussion about what to do without homeless people. Okay, now you don't want to pay, then don't worry about it. Okay, well, a nickel would be enough. I don't. I don't care what it is. I'm not. Well, I know what 5 cents. It would be 15 cents. That's why I said a nickel per gallon. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I don't get paid to think about all that stuff because basic math I can figure it out. It depends on. It depends on. It depends. I don't care about getting drug addicts into it. Those are not the people I'm really worried about. I don't care about the guy that goes to work every day, the woman that goes to work every day and can't afford. Well, everybody. No, that's up to them. I hear you, but some people. Well, I don't know. And you think I'm for that? We can print some more money. I don't care what the national debt is. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what the national. No. Because all they got to do is print some. All they got to do is print some more money. That's all they got to do. Print some more money. We good to go. Anyway, I gotta go. Hey, price of eggs going up because the chickens have decided to strike. They get tired of laying eggs, and now the price of eggs keep on up. Good morning. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know, you know. No, if they had a law that said if you impregnate a woman and you're not married to her, she yours, you're gonna put your name wrong. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate it. Let's take a break. So what's the solution, my friend? What is the solution? How do we get people off the street? How do we do it?
The Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org. Prescriptions required online consultation with a healthcare provider or determined appropriate restrictions apply. See website for details. Receive the information. Subscription required.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online at hims.com/radio. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation to determine the ED medication that's best for you. Discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and a range of treatment options, including trusted generic alternatives to the name brands, at up to 95% off. ED is personal, and at HIMS, so is treating it. Just go to hims.com/radio and get connected to a licensed medical provider online for free, with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address. That's hims.com/radio.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in our company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle, unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze, and right now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. With ZipRecruiter, one place can search out hundreds of
You wrapped up already? Okay.
ZipRecruiter's advanced
OJ just
technology
died.
identifies the candidate.
Yeah, I know. I just saw it. Yeah, I just saw that. According to the report, it was last night. Oh, they're just reporting it today that he passed away, cancer, 76. Cancer? Wow. Still reading up on the details, but yeah. Okay, I may have to put that out.
See for yourself. Experience the ease, efficiency, and power of ZipRecruiter for free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
At Guardian Credit Union, we believe that banking should be personal, just like the relationships we build with members. Imagine a place where you're not just a credit score, but a valued part of our community. At Guardian, our dedicated team takes the time to listen, understand, and tailor financial solutions that fit your unique needs. From buying a car to saving for college and even starting a small business, we've got you covered. Come experience the Guardian difference and let's achieve your financial goals together. Guardian Credit Union, where you belong. Federally insured by NCUA.
Stay up to date with the news any time of day, anywhere you are, by listening to News Radio 1440 on your Alexa. Just say, Alexa, play News Radio 1440.
Just got this hot off the press. O.J. Simpson, everybody know who O.J. is, but he died. O.J. died, I think, last night of cancer. They kept it quiet, I guess, for a while. At 76 years old, O.J. Simpson has passed. So, wow. He used to play the Buffalo Bills, one of the best running backs ever played the game. Of course, then there was that 90s thing that happened with his ex-wife. So, we'll never know if he did it or not. Good morning. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Okay. I would agree, I think. One more call. Good morning on there. Amen. Wait a minute, that's what they're doing now. That's what they're doing now. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I appreciate it. As a matter of fact, one of my statisticians have come to my aid here and tell us about if we put a nickel on 5%, a nickel on every gallon of gas. First of all, it would depend on how much gas we pump a day. And according to him, it is about 5 million gallons per day. Now, that would be $250,000 or $25,000 a day. So you don't think that for $25,000 a day in income, we could fix up one of these hotels and let people with no place to stay, at least temporarily? I mean, listen, I think you give them at least 6 months. At the end of that 6 months, you got to go. By that time, you ought to find something to do. But at least let these people get off the street for a while. Okay, I'm just thinking. I think we could do that and give somebody else a chance. I don't think we got that many people living in the streets of Montgomery. But if we got one, Hope Inspired Ministry, we see it all the time. We see it all the time. People have found themselves in places where they just don't. Life got tough. Like Dave Ramsey says, life happens. And if it hasn't happened to you yet, wait around long enough, it will. And I love people who get government check from the government, talking about, listen, most people put 20 years in the military and they get a check for the rest of their life, which is good. They deserve it. They deserve it. But don't act like we put all that money in there. Okay. It's a benefit for joining the military. And I appreciate it. But don't act like, there are a lot of folks who couldn't have gotten in the military even if they wanted to. Okay. So that's us who went there. That's what happens. Whether you get out disabled or when something happens to you, whatever the case may be, it is what it is. But anyway, let me go run this by the mayor. See if we can get a nickel, a 5%, a nickel on every gallon of gasoline. Okay, and that way we can put it bill for the home. Okay, real homes. I don't mean people who don't want to be home. The real home. Okay, maybe I should run for the city council. That'll be my platform. What do you think? Hopefully, the good force is the same tomorrow. Have a great day.
Of his wife and her male friend.
In the matter of the people of the state of California versus Orenthal James Simpson, case number BA097211. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of the crime of